Located just 90 kilometers from Madrid, the city of Segovia is a prime example of history kept alive by permanent structures. Segovia is home to buildings of several distinct moments on the architectural timeline, two of which have special historic significance and greatly influence the city's identity, especially as a site of military involvement. Perhaps the most unique structure in Segovia is the famous Aqueduct Bridge. This exceptional piece of Roman engineering was built in the 1st century CE under the rule of Emperor Trajan. The bridge stands as a rare example of ancient Roman architecture that has survived into modern times. Several restoration projects have occurred in order to preserve the aqueduct, and as a result the stones still sit in the same way as when they were first placed, without mortar and over 90 feet tall. The geography surrounding Segovia was important to the Romans from a military standpoint, and if it wasn't for the aqueduct, the city of Segovia would not have been able to exist in the arid climate at such a distance from a direct water source. In this way, the aqueduct symbolizes the military intentions of the Roman Empire, while demonstrating superior construction methods and representing the strength and solidity of the empire. The second notable piece of architecture is the quintessential Spanish fortress, the Alcázar de Segovia. While the castle's early history is unclear, historians generally agree that it was built as a Moorish fort sometime before 1120 CE on the same site as an earlier Roman watchtower. It was rebuilt several times in the following centuries, and it served different purposes leading up to its present use as a museum. The Alcázar was originally made of wood and eventually constructed in stone, likely influenced by the permanent stone structure of the aqueduct, which begs for similarly permanent structures surrounding it. The castle sits near the edge of a cliff, viewing a vast expanse of the Spanish countryside. The fortress's location is perfectly strategic, being situated above two major rivers that cut the surrounding landscape. The castle is surrounded by an impressively deep dry moat, protecting the castle and denoting its use as a fortified structure. The relationship between the elevated castle and the valley below evokes a feeling of suspension, much like the heightened drama of standing beneath one of the dry stone aqueduct arches. This image shows the iconic Tower of John II, which is visually set apart from the rest of the castle with its imposing yet redundant turrets. This tower particularly adds to the impression of political might that the Spanish monarchy wanted to impose, possibly influenced by the Roman power communicated through the magnificent aqueduct. The Romans founded Segovia to benefit their military campaign and built an aqueduct to make survival in this region feasible. Later, the Moors built the Alcázar, drawing inspiration from the mighty aqueduct and constructing a new cultural landmark. Make no mistake, these buildings would not have been constructed except for the common violent thread that ties them together. Segovia is a city designed around war.